If you hear that Obata Obie Simon Ekpa, Obata Obie Simon Ekpa destroyed Nigeria, this is how it stands. And the confusion he has put in inside the life of Nigerians, especially those Igbo elites, then you will be asking yourself if Simon Ekpa is the only person that has the opportunity to enter inside school out of the zoo called Nigeria, fighting to restore Biafra with multiple dimensional ideology. And Nigeria is running helter-skelter all over the world. Nigeria has been destroyed, completely destroyed, and they have no option. Now, we want to go on showing how Nigeria has been destroyed and the wave we are making. Understand that the video you are going to watch now, you may have seen it, but we are here to analyze this video in another way. Why we are destroying Nigeria, remember that we are more than 1,000 miles away from the Nigerian government. Now, as we are destroying them, we have already destroyed them mentally, spiritually, militarily. Now, historically, remember that the lobbyist chambers, the lobbyist movement is there sending international papers all over the world. Now their asset has been seized all over the world. Nigeria have no solution to their own problem. More they are working up, more problem is facing them. Now, Biafrans, as you are joining us, this is 555 Vision, and we promise that we will bring Biafra from diaspora through internet. We will deliver the message down to our people. Our promise is what we have just come now to fulfill. Let us go there, please.
By Steve Oko, American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, has told the federal government to return Nigeria to the 1960-1963 regional autonomy to save the country from implosion. This was contained in a statement issued by Dr. Sylvester Onyear and Dr. Godson Obiagwu, AVID President and Secretary respectively. The U.S. military veterans who, however, commended the recent signing into law of the Southeast Development Commission, said Nigeria needed to urgently restructure to avoid imminent total collapse. The United States Military Veterans of Igbo Descent believes that a return of Nigeria to 1963rd regional autonomy is the only way to mitigate Nigeria's socio-economic and security problems. The statement said, AVID, which also renewed its demand for the immediate and unconditional release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, said that the growing clamor for restructuring of Nigeria had vindicated Kanu, who was misunderstood by many when he was warning the country. According to the group, Kanu's predictions about Nigeria have almost been fulfilled. It recalled that Kanu had, during a meeting with Southeast governors, also agreed to a return to the 1960-1963 constitution as condition to review his agitation for Biafra's restoration before his house was invaded in 2017. AVID, therefore, advised the presidency to, as a matter of urgency, consider the return to the 1960-1963 constitution to navigate the country out of the woods. It also urged the federal government to consider other demands made by Kanu during the meeting with Southeast leaders, arguing that those demands, if obliged, will help restore the confidence of Southeast in the country. The statement made available to Vanguard, read in part, in 2017. Shortly after the leader of the Biafra indigenous people was freed from illegal detention, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the late Professor Ben Nwabueze, evangelist Elliot Uoko, and the Southeast governors met in Enugu State to discuss the demands of the Biafran people. On August 30, 2017, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made these demands before the Southeast governors, who were chaired by Enga Dave Umahi. His demands included: make Enugu a Grade 1 international airport so that our people in different parts of the world can easily fly in without having to stop over first in any part of Nigeria. He demanded that River Niger be dredged to reduce the heavy loss of importation which our people who dominate the sector painfully bear. He also demanded that Owerri Airport, which our people contributed money to build in the days of Governor Sam Mbakwe, be upgraded to a functional cargo airport. He equally demanded that Port Harcourt seaports be made to operate in full capacity so that big ships can berth in them. MNK demanded the revival of all moribund industries in the southeast and south-south to provide job opportunities for thousands of our youths and graduates from higher institutions. Following announcement of his demands to the southeast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reiterated that if they fail to address these problems, Biafrans will demand a referendum on their status as foreigners in Nigeria. At that point, Professor Ben Nwabueze informed him that Nigeria was better off under the 1960s-1963 constitution, a restructured Nigeria. Respecting Professor Ben Nwabueze as his father, he consented to restructuring along 1960 to 1963 constitution, up until 2 weeks later, when Nigerian government security agents broke into his home in Isiama Afaraukwu Abeko, Umuahia, North Abia state of Nigeria. Some of you today called him names and even called him a terrorist because you didn't know what MNK stood for. Many lives were lost when Biafrans imprisoned in all government detention facilities across Nigeria, some of them were shot and killed. But no account of their deaths was provided just because they were Biafrans. His parents died because they were unable to withstand the shock. In light of the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still being held without authorization, both the North and the South have agreed that Nigeria should be restructured. The Southeast Development Commission is something that the East is proud of. It wasn't accidental. Rather, it was the outcome of the very change agitation that the Ipob and its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, supported. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defends humankind in battle. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now.
Yes, Biafrans. Why we play this thing before we put it in our YouTube face, so that when we come here, everybody will know what we come to do, because nothing is hidden. We are fighting to liberate ourselves openly. We have nothing to hide. We know the secret of Nigeria. We know the downfall of DOS. They are underground. They are digging to get freedom from underground. That's why they are there. But everything you see happening from the government, which is Simon Eba is the prime minister, everything is in open. Triple M, my big brother, I greet you from here. Then Triple M, Ogoro Sunday John, thank you. Vivian Keys, I greet you. Then Diana Agondebe, I greet you. Diana, God bless you also. We are here, Biafrans. We said we are more than 1,000 miles away from Nigeria. And we are fighting Nigeria with multiple dimensions. You know, all the time we are here fighting, creating awareness. Time of creating awareness has come and gone. Time of agitation has come and gone. Time of a flag has come and gone. We are in a government. Then inside the government, the multiple dimensions started. We begin multiple dimensional movement, which we have government in exile and the government in homeland. And from there, we have liaison offices all over the world. where any country can come and meet and dialogue with the Biafrans. When all this thing is been happening, some people think that we are here joking. And as we are going on, God Steve, I greet you for joining. David Obinna, I greet you. Flora Kubilo, Flora, thank you for joining. Long time, Flora. I greet you. And as we are going on, Biafrans, Nigeria will keep on shooting themselves on their own leg while Biafra is moving. Do you know what is happening now? Fighting Biafra from with a multiple dimension, meaning our PM, number one, he has international law certificate. He is an international law certificate holder. He studied law. Now, he is a military, the commander-in-chief of armed forces of Biafran Liberation Army, also a human rights activist all over the world, again under criminal investigative journalist, again the holder of universal ambassador for peace all over the world. Here now, we are fighting Nigeria. When you want to understand, if you know what is law, if you have ever faced law, if you have ever stand in front of law, or if you go close to lawyers, not charge and bail lawyers, when you go to lawyers, then you will understand how to defend. According to code number, codigo number, according to code number, which a lawyer tried to use, or which a lawyer used to free his own clients out of the hand of the prosecutor. Then another lawyer is bound to adopt the same system. That is what you see PM doing. And before we continue, please help us to hit your hand on the like button, share this message. We have a little time, at least more than 1 hour, to share with the Biafrans. And what we want to enjoy here is numbers. And Chris Biafran son, you just write this your this thing today with one kind sweet letter. Nnamdi Ogo. Thank you, Chris Biafran son. Nnamdi Ogo. You are an army of God. And you too, Nnamdi Ogo. I greet you for joining everybody that is here. Listen, last time, PM educates the whole world, not Biafrans. He educated the whole world on how Finland got their own independence out of Russia. Then, the video you are seeing here, which we are sure that you already watched, is how Israel got their independence. Some of all these things PM said here are the things that we doubted because we somehow lay our hands on some books that reveal the secret of Israel, up to going to Uganda to establish the state of Israel in Africa, in Uganda, but it does not work. Then it doesn't work. Then Ngozi Emmanuel, I greet you for joining. Teacher Charles, I greet you for joining. Nnaji Ndubisi, I greet you for joining. Then he went as far as, since yesterday, we are in a Google, because Google is a search engine, searching to get ourselves approved. Searching to get ourselves approved. Then we go there, we begin to search everything he teach us in this place, which if we remove this one to show it, it won't work. You can also go to your own Google and put your iPod, listen to PM. You will go there and find what they call historical facts. And when you are dealing on historical facts, then you will understand the motive PM has when he came to the public and he told the whole world that he studied international law, and with his experience by having international law certificate, he will use it to give freedom to his people. Now, he has given of us referendum 50 million voters and counting. And the lobbies in America, all over the world, Canada, Australia, are gathering together, submitting papers. Ifeanyi Onu, thank you for joining. Masila Moore, I greet you for joining. David Obinna, I greet you. Asabis Udoka, I greet you. Then Cyprian Ugochukwu, thank you. Lolo Noma, I greet you, Lolo Noma, for joining. Now, Biafrans, let us then go there a little to PM, what he taught the Biafrans concerning how Israel got their freedom. We go there a little.
Freedom, and we are going to do everything possible for this particular freedom to be achieved. And I'm going to share with you the story of Israel, which everybody knows about Israel, but many people do not know what Israel went through. And I will start with a man called Theodor Herzl. The Theodor Herzl was, should I say, a founder of the Zionist movement. Herzl was an Austro-Hungarian Jewish. He was a journalist, a lawyer, writer, and a political activist who was the father of the modern political Zionism. Many people are only hearing Israel, Israel, but they don't know what actually transpired that led to Israel becoming an independent state. Herzl formed the Zionist organization and promoted Jewish immigration to Palestine in an effort to form a Jewish state, to form a Jewish state. Today, there is a Jewish state called Israel, State of Israel. Due to his Zionist work, he is known in the Hebrew Kozel, a vision.
You know, when you go to church, they will tell you, pray for Israel, pray for Israel, pray for Israel. Every history that is recorded in Israel, they tell you when you go to Igbo land, in Biafran land, you will see the real physical acts of Israel. Everything written inside Old Testament. History of our people. And they said that Jacob fought with the angel. And the angel say, I will never let you go unless you bless me. Then somebody started this thing, and they said after that they have to name that place Israel, where after this person fought with Jacob fought with the angel. Angel say, I will change your name, and from today your name will become Israel. Questionable characters. And you see the person that started the movement of Israel. Are you understanding? All the things that is happening, that is not the area we are going. There is something they say is either Israel came from us or we came from Israel. But Mazen Namdekano says, that is another topic of another day. Let us go and see how Nigeria is panicking. Nigeria is panicking beyond measure. Panicking beyond measure. Hamilton Luma, I greet you, Hamilton. From Colombia. Estamos machacando ellos. Hamilton Luma. Machacando ellos. Diplomatically. Justicialmente. Estamos machacando ellos. Nigeria no tiene otra camino para nada. Ese lo que debe entender. Y now we go how Nigeria is crying. Elios Uko. I draw this attention for Biafrans to know that they said there is no mekwatarism on things that is happening in Nigeria. No mekwatarism. Nigeria don't have option again. Then, if we continue with the message of PM here, you will see when PM says, instead of these people to be talking about the amalgamation of Nigeria that expired 2014, they are here telling you to go back to 1963 constitution. And inside this constitution, they are telling you to go back. Listen, PM, when Emeka Anyoku went to visit Tinubu and they say they need referendum, PM run very, very fast and they make it very, very open to the whole world that Emeka Anyoku is not speaking for Biafra. We have given them vote of no confidence. Emeka Anyoku is not speaking for Biafrans. You know this. We know, everybody here knows when we gave them vote of no confidence, because we know that all of them that is clamoring for restructuring was denied since the time of Ojukwu, and they go on. They are still talking about restructuring and the regional government. And let us bring something very, very close to Biafrans. We want to bring something very, very close to Biafrans so that everybody will know where we are going, what has transferred.
Which I know they couldn't meet it.
I want to bring this message naked. Naked. We are Biafrans. We don't joke. We don't come here to joke. When we come to give analysis, we will give analysis. We are onto historical track. And Nigeria is running behind. Nigeria is running behind, coming. Now, Nigeria has vindicated Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. All the lawyers in Nigeria came together and say, free this man. And what you will see in the news of Nigeria is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I will be playing the two together. I will be playing the two at once. Let me try to do it like this. Okay. What you hear in this place is what you will hear from the other side. And while Nigeria is running to come up, we are using history to back everything up. PM, what is our topic? Our topic is PM studied international law, fighting Nigeria with a multiple dimension. The whole world now try to get what we are doing, everybody that is here now. The whole world, remember that ORB said that all international network should be focused on Biafran Liberation Army, because Biafran Liberation Army is the most strongest army in the whole world. Why America told American soldiers that warriors fight like Biafran soldiers. You can fight like Biafran soldiers until before you become a warrior. Now, why the camera is upon Biafra, which our prime minister is the light they used to go through Biafra land. PM now is using international history to educate the whole world. And why we are here now is, as Nigeria is running behind, listen to the reason they kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they arrested Mazen Nnamdi Kanu before, and why the whole world has turned against Nigeria and they begin to seize all their assets all over the world. We will be playing the two at the same time. We'll be playing the
by Steve Oko. American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, has told the federal government to return Nigeria to the 1960-1963 regional autonomy to save the country from implosion. This was contained in a statement issued by Dr. Sylvester Onyear. and Dr. Godson Obiagwu, AVID president and secretary respectively. The U.S. military veterans who, however, commended the recent signing into law of the Southeast Development Commission, said Nigeria needed to urgently restructure to avoid imminent total collapse. The United States military
Nigeria need urgent restructuring to avoid collapse. And Nigeria has been collapsed long time ago. Listen to where Mazen Nandekan told them this
I
thing.
speak to them, I also give my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet. It's not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately, because I didn't want to speak to them. They sent Joseph Okaro to come to me, first to my parents. My father said no.
Biafrans, there is something I want us to hear from Mazen Nandekano in this place. He said he gave them his condition, which he know that they can never meet up with. Listen to it. Here is the 555 vision, Biafran gospel, and the Bible. We preach this thing like a Matthew, Luke and John, Revelation, Genesis, Exodus, turning it upside down until everybody will get to the key of the history. Listen to it.
Which I know they couldn't meet. Is not possible. I also give my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet. Is not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately.
He did it deliberately. He did it deliberately. Okay, I just tested my mic. He did it deliberately. Mazen Nnamdi says, Ọkwa aga aka, ogosi ga ebe ga-ada. He did it deliberately. Listen to it here.
Which I know they couldn't meet. Is not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately, because I didn't want to speak to them. They sent Joseph Okaro to come to me, first to my parents. My father said no. My mother said no. That where I stand is where they stand, in life or in death. And they came to prison. I was even from DSS dungeon.
So, what are we trying to bring to our lovely people today in the gospel of today? What we are bringing here now, you know, these people lag behind. It is now, this man is knowing that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has given all this condition. It is now their own day is breaking. Now they know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has given all this opportunity for Nigeria to be one. Then let us continue from here. Please, Emma, look at Mazen Nnamdi Kanu when he made the statement and see when Nigeria is waking up. Why are we doing what we are doing now is we are onto historical curriculum. Onto historical curriculum. That is where we are now. We are curriculum everything that is happening. Now, when PM come online, he will tell you one country history to collude to what is happening, how Biafra will be free. And no international community will go against it because we have more than 50 million voters and the counting. We continue guiding ourselves. We continue where they say it.
Veterans of Igbo descent believes that a return of Nigeria to 1963's regional autonomy is the only way to mitigate Nigeria's socio-economic and security problems. The statement said, AVID, which also renewed its demand for the immediate and unconditional release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, said that the growing clamor for restructuring of Nigeria had vindicated Kanu, who was misunderstood by many when he was warning the country. Said that the growing clamor for restructuring of Nigeria had vindicated Kanu, who was misunderstood by many when he was warning the country.
The restructuring clamor that is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stand for. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was protesting in the street of London, clamoring for one Nigeria, telling them for Nigeria to be good, they refused. And he went, they come and they arrested him. He told them, restructure now. If you don't restructure, that Biafra will come. And when it will start, he will be in front. When the other person that will come will be the finisher. And we go here again. Please, let us continue. We go here.
The promises came. The vice president, anything you want. You have a very beautiful wife, you better go and enjoy her than being in prison. Wow. Anything you want. And I said, no. That what I want is a referendum to determine if you good people want to be part of the zoo or part of Nigeria, or part of Biafra. Choose one, zoo or Biafra.
Are you hearing it? We are 555 vision fighting for Biafra and delivering the message, the gospel of Biafra. The gospel of Biafra. Are you getting it? Gospel of Biafra is what we are delivering. And how do they deliver the gospel? You will go where they said it before. You will go where they say it now. You will go where it is happening. You join them together. You bring evidence to prove yourself right. Hear it in this place. He has been vindicated. That is why PM said, even if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will come out very, very soon, that when he come out, listen to what PM says. One thing PM has done is that PM removed Biafran agitation out of personal affair, out of family affair, and he handed it up into a government thing. Biafra become a government where even he himself, being the prime minister of the Biafran 40 states that make up Biafra, cannot stop Biafra again. Not to talk of. Are you getting it? Now he said that when what is important now, let Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come out. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come out, then everything will be playing. And here now, they vindicated. Look at it.
According to the group, Kanu's predictions about Nigeria have almost been fulfilled. It recalled that Kanu had, during a meeting with Southeast governors, also agreed to a return to the 1960-1963 constitution as condition to review his agitation for Biafra's restoration before his house was invaded in 2017.
Now, lovely Biafrans, that he has a meeting. If you watch our outcome here, you will see when he had this meeting with the Southeast governors, and they send Ojo Zokalo to bring sack of money. They promise him vice president of Nigeria. They promise him oil well. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says what he need is referendum. Now what he need.
You're part of Biafra. Choose one, zoo or Biafra. They said no. And Isibajo tried to make contact. When I came out, I don't know if I've told this story before actually, and Ohaneze hijacked it. I went to see Mia Wode in his house. We sat down, had lunch together, and I told him what my conditions were to lift the boycott in Anambra State, which they couldn't meet. And I said to Wode very simply, go to Abuja and tell these people that these are what our people are asking for. I said to him, go and bring us something. Abuja and tell these people that these are what our people are asking for. I said to him, go and bring us something. Not for me, for everybody. He went there and started negotiating for a ministerial position for one of the children. I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is fact. Ask him. Somebody asked him, but you people are being called to Asorok because of Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't you tell him that you're going to Asorok? He said it is for Igbo leaders. And once the powers that be knew that he hadn't IPOB support, they just gave them 5 million naira for transport and dismissed them. Hadn't Nyawodo remained with me, when the governors called me, I told them the same thing in front of Professor Ben Wabeze. They said, oh, but Wodo, Soludo, Ebremad is upstairs. Do I want them to come? I said, no. Government House, Enugu. The former DSS director came with his bags of money in euros, in white sacks to bribe. Ask anybody working in Government House in Enugu.
Biafrans. Here is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them. What you had here is he gave them the condition, and here it when they presented it to Tinubu once again. They presented it to Tinubu once again. Why Emeka Anyoko is running up and down, and the PM told them time for restructuring is over.
Avid, therefore, advised the presidency to, as a matter of urgency, consider the return to the 1960-1963 constitution to navigate the country out of the woods. It also urged the federal government to consider other demands made by Kanu during the meeting with Southeast leaders, arguing that those demands, if obliged, will help restore the confidence of Southeast in the country. The statement made available to Vanguard, read in part, in 2017. Shortly after the leader of the Biafra indigenous people was freed from illegal detention, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the late Professor Ben Nwabueze, Evangelist Elliot Uoko, and the Southeast governors met in Enugu State to discuss the demands of the Biafran people. On August 30, 2017, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made these demands before the Southeast governors, who were chaired by Enga Dave Umahi. His demands included: make Enugu a Grade 1 international airport so that our people in different parts of the world can easily fly in without having to stop over first in any part of Nigeria.
So, this was what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu proposed. Emeka, I greet you for joining. This was what he proposed to them. And if you watch the beginning of this message, he said he offered them all these things, knowing very, very well that they will never obey it because they don't know the meaning of restructuring. And he told them, time will come. Ogro is writing this in this place. Time will come when you people will be demanding for restructuring, and that time will be no more because there is nobody you can sit with to dialogue for restructuring or going to any kind of regional government. And here, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying it here. We are 555 Vision preaching this gospel the way they preach it inside Pentecostal churches.
I said, no, I don't want to see them. Not because I want to be the only cock crowing, no. Because of consistency.
Consistency.
Can you last? When you're tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain? This tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain? When you're tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain?
You know, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is having this meeting right in front of many DOS members. And he asked them, when you are tempted, can you succeed? When you are tempted, are you consistent? When you are tempted, he told you here now what they have promised him. Oil well, Vice President of Nigeria, and he should go to London and enjoy his wife, and they will make his life comfortable. The people who took such money to make them their life comfortable, like Ifeanyi Uba, you see his own end as it stands today. Now, what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said here now, why Nigeria is waking up, now Biafra is now coupling the history onto our own curriculum chamber. Look at it here. You see?
He demanded that River Niger be dredged to reduce the heavy loss of importation which our people who dominate the sector painfully bear. He also demanded that Owerri Airport, which our people contributed money to build in the days of Governor Sam Mbakwe, be upgraded to a functional cargo airport.
River Niger should be graded. Warri Airport should be graded. Sam Mbakwe Airport should be great, should be developed, that cargo airport will be coming there. That when you are coming from America, from Europe, from Canada, from Australia, you will board and they come down in Biafran land. That was what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them, and they rejected. Nnaya Nwodo went there to negotiate how he can become the leader of Igbo people. Look at it here, where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is saying it. You know, we are recording this history very, very fast.
This very effort we're making. So they have come, and I gave them my conditions which they can never meet. Open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport. Make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will. Build Iguacha Enugu Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Complete second Niger Bridge. Simple. Are these things difficult?
No.
They're not difficult. Open Warri Seaport.
Then, you know, when we are delivering our message, we are delivering message historically, because we are fighting Nigeria with a multiple dimension. PM is holding the certificate of the ambassador for peace all over the world, coupled with international law certificate, which he has, including everybody inside government in exile. All of them are doctors in different categories. Are you understanding? And the Nigerian government, now they are waking up. Listen to what our leader told them, and listen to where they presented it once again in this place. We will analyze this.
People who dominate the sector painfully bear. He also demanded that Owerri Airport, which our people contributed money to build in the days of Governor Sam Mbakwe, be upgraded to a functional cargo airport. He equally demanded that Port Harcourt seaports be made to operate in full capacity so that big ships can berth in them. MNK demanded the revival of all moribund industries in the southeast and south-south to provide job opportunities for thousands of our youths and graduates from higher institutions. Following announcement of his demands to the southeast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reiterated that if they fail to address these problems, Biafrans will demand a referendum on their status as foreigners in Nigeria.
If they fail to reiterate this problem, building seaports, listen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, let me not just continue. Listen to it yourself, because when you want to talk about Biafra, you know exactly what you are talking about.
Which they can never meet. open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport, make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will. Build Iguacha Enugu Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Complete second Niger Bridge. Are these things difficult?
No.
They are not difficult.
As I'm telling you this, go and ask them in Asarok if your friends there. They have the piece of paper I gave to them. They ran away. Because some Igbo men were busy gossiping. Saying,
are you understanding? And here now, Arinze, thank you. Then here in this place in here now, they said that if they miss this opportunity, which our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has given to them, referendum will become the option. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them, and let us try to go back a little before you will hear where they say it. This is Steve Uko.
K demanded the revival of all moribund industries in the southeast and south-south to provide job opportunities for thousands of our youths and graduates from higher institutions. Following announcement of his demands to the southeast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reiterated that if they fail to address these problems, Biafrans will demand a referendum on their status as foreigners in Nigeria.
If they fail to accept all this condition, Biafrans have no option than to come up and start referendum as foreigners in Nigeria. Now, Biafrans, here you see exactly what is going on in Nigeria between Biafrans and Nigeria. Today, Nigeria asset is being seized all over the world. Nigeria is a shameless country which you cannot ever be proud of holding Nigerian passport to travel anywhere in the world. Now then, Biafrans now has come up under the ideology of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu with our prime minister, which we all come together and elect. Then Steve Uko, coupled with Emeka Anyoko, that is going to Tinubu to plead. Tinubu that doesn't even believe in one Nigeria. Tinubu that doesn't believe in one Nigeria. Then they went there now and say, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated. That all his prophecies has been fulfilled. The only thing remaining in his prophecy is the declaration of Biafra. And what happened when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them they can never meet up with this thing, he said he is going to lead in front. Biafrans, all of you that believe in him, all of you multitude that believe in him, go and follow Simon Ekpa, who will bring a different dimension through international collaboration and coupled with a world history. Then from there, you will get your freedom. And Simon Ekpa came, he said, number one thing he want to achieve is to make the arrest of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu useless. Both the people who sold him and those that bought him. His arrest will become useless. And when the arrest will become useless, then referendum will come. And here is where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, where they reminded the government about what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said. We are 555 vision, Biafran gospel, and the Bible. How you read the Bible you are reading today, this is how Bible was written, and the Biafra will have their own Bible, because Biafra is a religion, the true religion we know. When you go here now where PM teach about how Israel is being restored, you will see how this Israel would have been in Uganda. Then tell me, which is the real gospel? Is it not the history of you? Then we go here back.
Institutions. Following announcement of his demands to the southeast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reiterated that if they fail to address these problems, Biafrans will demand a referendum on their status as foreigners in Nigeria. At that point, Professor Ben Nwabueze informed him that Nigeria was better off under the 1960s-1963 constitution, a restructured Nigeria. Respecting Professor Ben Nwabueze as his father, he consented to restructuring along 1960 to 1963 constitution, up until 2 weeks later, when Nigerian government security agents broke into his home in Isiama Afaraukwu Abeko, Umuahia, North Abia State of Nigeria.
Now, after Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave them this thing, Professor Ben Nwabueze, who presented himself as the elder, because they changed our brain, they say, what an elderly man sees sitting, a child climb up, he will not see it. But the same Igbo adage that is preaching all these things tell you that onye njenje ka onye isi awụ amamihe. A traveler is wiser than the gray-haired man sitting in the village where there is no electricity. That is how we come now. And you see PM 1985 operating, and even Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of the United States of America, can't even stand our PM. And here is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them. We continue with this gospel.
If you allow him, when he finishes fighting Nigeria, he will come here and fight us and kill all of us. That's what they said. And you know one other thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Around the world, that nobody should give me one dime. They said. And you know one other thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Ask them that if you give Nnamdi Kanu money, he will go and buy weapons. That nobody should give me anything.
Please, what does this message tell you? Today, Igbo billionaires that circulated all over the world, PM is calling them today. Come and bring your money to support your own freedom. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo told them, don't go and give PM your money, because if you give him your money, he will buy weapon to defend your own father's land. Yet these people doesn't know what the land means. What did they do? After Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has given them this information, going back to the regional government, restructuring that every place when we go can live in peace. What they do is they go there, listen to it, yo, listen to it, yo, listen to it. They listen to it, what they did. Listen to what they did.
Up until 2 weeks later, when Nigerian government security agents broke into his home in Isiama Afaraukwu Abeko, Umuahia, North Abia State of Nigeria. Some of you today called him names and even called him a terrorist because you didn't know what MNK stood for.
Now, in this operation, Nigerian news, in this operation, they killed more than 200 people, including Jack the dog, but 28 people was registered. Just because he told them, Emeka Anyoku, Iwe Anyanwu, Ifeanyi Uba, all of you supposed to be clamoring for a good life of to the Fulani masters. Stop being a puppet against your own people. And what did they say? No big man, no rich man in the eastern zone, in the Igbo zone, should support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because if you support him, he will bring military that will defend their own land. And after all this thing is done, what did Buhari do then? Buhari then leashed his own wild dog, which he called Meyetiala. Meyetiala came under Uruga, saying that they have to take over the land, which Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, why that made Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to create Eastern Security Network. Now, you see why you must stand up to understand what is going on. And if you are supporting Biafra, there is IOU loan going on. There is a fundraising going on. There is a Biafran Liberation Army that is defending you today, knowing very, very well that all the people that made Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to back down, all of them have died. All of them have died, including Iwi Anyanwu and Ifeanyi Uba. And now is the time of PM. We are coming there. We are bringing this gospel one after another. Listen to what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them when they made that statement. They made that statement and he told them this. Let us open it. He told them,
I'm going to Gabiga, you won't believe it. I'm going to Gabiga, you won't believe it. That we are here by the grace of Elohim, not by any of our strength, to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you want Canada to regard the Biafra? Any day we are serious, the world will know. And to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you...
Any day we are serious. Any day we are serious, the world will know. Hey, man, a lot of people. Chinwe Priscilla, thank you. Any day we are serious, the world will know. Please, is there any change since the Psalm 150? Inside was Psalm 150, which Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave us. He said, from this time, the history will change. Those who is born to restore Biafra, you people should come up. And those chaffs that is disturbing the movement should depart. And you see the separation in this movement. Any day we are serious, the world will know. And the world is knowing it today. Let us read in comment section, how is the world getting to know what is going on? Because now we are in a government. Any day we are serious, the world will know. We have outsmarted Nigeria militarily, logistically, intellectually, diplomatically, everywhere, every corner. Every corner. That is why they are running late. Today, what are we doing? Now we are moving forward. Any day you see PM that he come out now, he will tell you history of Austria. For example, when Austria and Germany was one, he will tell you history of Belgium, how Belgium become independent of their own. Then the history of the Kenites is still coming, because this is the generational history. We are the ancient of these days. Are you getting it? Then let us go to Nigerian Zoo media.
Many lives were lost when Biafrans imprisoned in all government detention facilities across Nigeria. Some of them were shot and killed. But no account of their deaths was provided just because they were Biafrans. His parents died because they were unable to withstand the shock. In light of the fact that
these are the things that happened, many lives were lost because the people that is carrying flag following Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has never been serious. Listen to it.
Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you want Canada to regard the Biafran referendum or even USA? The people that the ambassador knows are the governors, or maybe Anese. Did you people not hear that British government went to Biafra land when I was in prison? Oh my goodness. The British High Commissioner was touring everywhere. When they wanted to kill me, went to Obi of Onitsha and asked him, what do we do to Nnamdi Kanu? That one said you can kill him if you want. They went to Tunisia to Nnamdi Kanu. That one said you can kill him if you want. Went to Biafran and asked him, what do we do to Nnamdi Kanu? That one said you can kill him if you want. Went to Biafran and asked him, what do we do to Nnamdi Kanu? That one said you can kill him if you want.
Obi Onitsha. They went to Obi Onitsha and they asked him, what do we do to Nnamdi Kanu? They told him that Obi Onitsha told them, you can kill him if you want.
Want. They went to Atusia. Atusia told them you can never touch him. If you touch him, this person will burn. Atusia told them you can never touch him. If you touch him, this person will burn. How many times has the U.S. government? If you touch him, this person will burn. How many times has the U.S. government been to Enugu? They go to Ohaneze. I don't want to say it. They went to Ohaneze and the governor. They asked them, what do you want? Oh, leave those rascals, leave them. Miscreants. We want restructuring. What they're asking for is untenable. But the same man said if there is no restructuring, they'll join Ipob to do Biafra, isn't it? That's right. Did he? Ipob to do Biafra, isn't it? Yes. We want restructuring. What they're asking for is untenable. But the same man said if there is no restructuring, they'll join Ipob to do Biafra, isn't it? That's right. Did he complete what he said? No. Is he doing what he said he's going to do? No. And you want me to work with these people? It's not going to work. I say, and I'm a everything I do, I say it in the open. Not gossip. And those that spoke to Uche, I am going to Chicago to broadcast live to the whole world and tell them they're in trouble. I've told them Nayanya, every time they contributed to Ipob will be announced for the world to hear. Tell them there'll be no hiding place for gossipers, even as much as I'm concerned. What they're asking for is untenable. But we want restructuring.
So, Biafrans. Vivian Keys. Thank you. And this is the right time. We read more than serious, and the world knows about it now. Who say that we are not serious? You can see Biafran Liberation Army. You see that we have 50 million voters and counting. What do you need more? When we are serious, the world will know. And let's go here now.
That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still being held without authorization. Both the North and the South have agreed that Nigeria should be restructured. The Southeast Development Commission is something that the East is proud of. It wasn't accidental. Rather, it was the outcome of the very change agitation that the IPOB and its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, supported. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defends humankind in battle. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Defends humankind in battle. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. IPOB and its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, supported. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defends humankind in battle.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defends humankind in battle. This is a letter they submitted to Tinubu by Steve Uko. And the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says here, restructuring is obtainable. It's not possible that Nigeria will restructure. Shetima Muslim ticket says, restructuring my foot. Are you understanding? And I just want to touch the place where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said if we are serious, they will know. Then we will go to PM. Then thank you everybody that is joining. Francia, thank you everybody. Please write your comment. Let us push it up. Write your comment. Let us push your comment up. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. Hit the like button to send information.
Gossiping, saying if you allow him, when he finishes fighting Nigeria, he will come here and fight us and kill all of us. That's what they said. And you know one other thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Ask them that if you give Nnamdi Kanu money, he will go and buy weapons. That nobody should give me anything. I'm going to you won't believe it. That we are here by the grace of Elohim, not by any of us, kind, to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know of us, kind, to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know of us, kind, to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you want Canada to regard the...
Any day we are serious, the world will know. And now, Ejukburu Okburu Ikiriya, Dada Zaza, thank you. Sonny, with your lovely flowers every day. Thank you. Annie, thank you. You know, Hamilton Luma, Vision. Shetima didn't say restructuring my food. He said restructuring my food. Yes. You know, we say it the way it is. You know, thank you. Any day we are serious, the world we know that we are serious. That is the game. Any day we are serious, the world we know that we have come. And the seriousness is what we are bringing to you now, not tomorrow, now. Martin Nze, thank you. Then let's go to seriousness. We come to seriousness. Emma, sometime if you agbara ụzọ were mgba odechi, ọ bụrụ na agbara ụzọ were mgba odechi. And this message now, how do we want to preach this gospel? We want to preach this gospel that everybody will understand that we have outsmarted Nigeria. We are no more talking about go and fight, don't fight. We are now telling them how the history on how we defeated Nigeria happened. That is what you are watching in this place. Historical backup on how it started. Then we are here now. Let us enlighten it small. We enlighten it small.
About Israel. But many people do not know what Israel went through. And I will start with a man called Theodor Herzl. The Theodor Herzl was, should I say, a founder of the Zionist movement. Herzl was an Austro-Hungarian Jewish. He was a journalist, a lawyer, writer, and a political activist who was the father of the modern political Zionism. Many people are only hearing Israel, but they don't know what actually transpired that led to Israel becoming an independent state. Herzl formed the Zionist organization and promoted Jewish immigration to Palestine in an effort to form a Jewish state. Today, there is a Jewish state called Israel, State of Israel. Due to his Zionist work, he is known in the Hebrew Kozeh, a visionary of the state. He is specifically mentioned Even in the declaration of Israel independence, this man was mentioned and is officially referred to as the spiritual father of the Jewish state. It is very important that our people, both especially the gullible ones, understand that your gullibility cannot stop the liberation of Biafra this year. Hazel was born in Pest, Kingdom of Hungary, to a prosperous newly Jewish family. After a brief legal career in Vienna, he became the Paris correspondent of the Viennese newspaper. He confronted the anti-Semitic event in Vienna. I hope you understand what anti-Semitism means. He reached the conclusion that anti-Jewish sentiment would make Jewish assimilation impossible. This man single-handedly rose up, stood up because of the anti-Jewish activities across the world. He stood up, one man, and in 1896, Hazel published the pamphlet, The Judenstaat, in which he elaborated his vision for a Jewish homeland. Because of the attack, the anti-Jewish anti-Semitism, he had a vision. His ideas attracted international attention and rapidly established Hazel as major figure in the Jewish world. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Are you thinking what I am thinking? Are you thinking what I am thinking? We are preachers of the gospel of Biafra. Amy Same, I thank you so much. The time for restructuring is over late. Listen, as we started, we told you that PM has a degree, he has PhD in international law. Jeremiah Collins, thank you. He has PhD in international law. And the international law under liberation. Are you getting it? Now, when Biafra will be declared, international law, international people will come and they say, why do you declare Biafra? And he asks you here now, are you thinking what he is thinking? If one man, we show you the picture of the man here before. If one man can stand up and begin to unite somebody that is from Bulgaria, Austria, in Vienna there in Austria, he came up with the idea. Hitler is also from Austria, you know, how to gather Israel together. Are you thinking what I am thinking? Any law that favors Sunday Igboho and Sowore must favor Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Are you thinking what I am thinking? That was why the lawmakers of Nigeria come together and they begin to sign signatures, telling you that this law has favored Sunday Igboho and Sowore. Then, and all the terrorists, Boko Haram in the north, every one of them has been freed because of this law. Are you thinking what I am thinking? Now, when the international community then come now and they ask PM, why did you declare Biafra? Then PM will bring the evidence of more than 50 million votes and counting. He has been mandated that he must declare Biafra under obligation. Are you thinking what I am thinking? Because he started with the history of Finland the other day. Now is the history of Israel, that is our brother. Then another history will come when he bring that one. When he talk, we follow. When he talk, we follow. Then, are you thinking what I am thinking? That is the message he asked. Because a win-win game, the game has been won openly. Win-win. The game has been won, completely won. Internationally, logically.
Are you seeing some similarity in what we are doing today? Yes. The kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the rise of Simon Ekpa and the Biafra government in exile. In 1897, Hazel convened what we call the First Zionist Congress in Basel. First ever. My fellow Biafrans, do you see some similarity? In 2023, we had the first ever Biafra convention in Finland. First ever in the history of our freedom fighting. This man convened the first ever Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland. In Switzerland, and was elected the president of the Zionist organization. He began a series of diplomatic initiatives. I am talking about 18-something. When Usman Danfodio was conquering the northern Nigeria. When Usman Danfodio was killing the Hausas, this man was busy having a vision for a Jewish state of Israel. And then he began the diplomatic initiative to build support for Jewish state. I am telling you that we are not land anywhere, but that was a vision. That was a vision, and they pursued the vision. Some people who don't know about 18-something, when Usman Danfodio was conquering the northern Nigeria. When Usman Danfodio was killing the Hausas, this man was busy having a vision for a Jewish state of Israel. And then he began the diplomatic initiative to build support for Jewish state. I am telling you that we are not land anywhere, but that was a vision.
There was a vision. There is a reason we are 555 vision. And one thing is this, all of you that is here supporting PM, a lot of people are sending messages. Tell PM this, tell him this, send this message to him, send this message to him. Some of them we will send to PM, some we will not send, because some we didn't send. What happened? PM will end up coming to public to tell us the one we didn't send. That is how you will know that everything is spiritual. Vision, visionaries that is fighting for Biafra. A lot of people, some people, they say, send PM this message. If we didn't send it, they will hear. Some of them will call us and they say, did you send the message to PM? Tell me the truth. Some of them will tell, yes, this one we send it. We didn't send this one. But PM finally telling you that thing you say we should send to him. When we formed this 555 vision, these are the things we saw. That is the reason, the possibilities of getting Biafra. But who can stand in front? Somebody that has the document in doing all this thing. You can't just get up and say you want to liberate people, but you don't have document to do such a thing. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Yahweh Yeshua, were they asking him, on what authority are you walking? If you go back to the history of the Knights, if you go back to the history of empires, if you go back and you will see Knights, after Knights, then you will see empires. After empires, you will see Roman Empire, you will see Ottoman Empire, you will see when Germany was one of the world power. How does all these things start? When this thing was happening, Usman Danfodio is killing our people, destroying them. And our people, they are thinking on how to come to conquer us. Britain first come to conquer us. Our people, the ancestors that is fighting this war today, they rose up and chased them away, because this is the godly land. When you are hearing about Garden of Eden in the Bible, because of this Biafra agitation, we entered and registered online class with the Israeli Bible University. Why do we register to them? We asked some of the top professors, where is the Garden of Eden located? Because we know, I was waiting for them to tell me that the Garden of Eden is located. Listen to what PM is saying in this place. They have been looking for land. They've been looking for land. They say Abraham come from one place and they say God will give him this place. Nothing like that. They've been looking for land up to down to Uganda. If they would capture Uganda, this Israel you are hearing today will be in Africa, Uganda, in a black nation. But the other part, there is a land there. They got that place and they make sure they dominate that area. Are you getting it? So when you are following, when you are fighting for this Biafra, try to go extra, make a little line, go to inside some top libraries where you will see ancient books. When you understand the history of Knights, where they say God created this world and say, go and conquer. Erufai, former governor of Kaduna State, said, they are not the only people that is conquering people or that has conquered people in this world. That why is everybody talking against them? Conquerism has been real. It was written inside the Bible that you should go and conquer. And they say, go to the world, conquer and multiply. Occupy this world. That was what Usman Danfodio doing in Nigeria, and we have come to end them. And listen to it here now. Listen to it. We have come to end them.
When Usman Danfodio was conquering the northern Nigeria, when Usman Danfodio was killing the Hausas, this man was busy having a vision for a Jewish state of Israel. And then he began the diplomatic initiative to build support for Jewish state. I am telling you that we are not land anywhere, but that was a vision. That was a vision, and they pursued the vision. Some people who don't know anything how the world works will be telling you today who is the government, which government is supporting you, which state is supporting you, how can somebody support you when you are showing that you are an idiot? How can somebody support you when you are dependent on people and you have not thinking of your own? How can people support you when you have shown to be a slave to ordinary nomadic people who don't know what is civilization? But today, we have changed the narrative.
If you follow us deeply, when we play the message of Mazen Nnamdi in this place now, in this place, this picture you are watching here now, Mazen Nnamdi said, how do you think that Canada will recognize your referendum? How do you think America will recognize your referendum? When you are serious, the world will know that you are serious. And that seriousness is what you are seeing in this place. Vivian Keys, keep on the great gospel of our Chukwokika Biama. We are keeping it on, and we are moving with every manner of speed without looking anybody's face. I am sending greetings to you. We go on because in 10 minutes we will stop.
Now they understand we are not slave nomadic.
Yes.
Now they understand there must be a need to support the liberation and the freedom of Biafra. Now they understand that people of integrity have risen up to show that Biafra has people of integrity and standard. He began a series of diplomatic initiatives to build support for Jewish state. Who don't know what civilization? But today, we have changed the narrative. Now they understand we are not slave nomadic. Now they understand there must be a need to support the liberation and the freedom of Biafra.
Now Biafrans, hey, there's something, there's like the kind of gazette we will bring again to have more platform. If you go back to the message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that Ohaneze Ndigbo then made a meeting and they call and they give order to every Igbo millionaire. They gave order to every Igbo millionaire not to support the movement. That they should not support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That he gave order. Ohaneze Ndigbo gathered and he gave order that nobody should support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and they give him money. That if you give him money, he will use it to buy ammunition to defend them. Now, take it back. We are critical thinking analysis, 555 vision, Biafra gospel, and the Bible. You know, when you come to Genesis, you go to Malachi. You come from Malachi, you come to Jeremiah. From Jeremiah, you go to Ezekiel. From Ezekiel, you go to Revelation, where they reveal what is happening. That is how we preach this Biafran gospel. Then the PM now is telling you here now, stop being afraid Stop being afraid, because the people that knows what they are doing has come to fight the nomadic Fulanis. We can never be slave to Fulanis. Listen to where PM preach it, said it here now. Listen to it. Listen to it. This is where he said it. Hey, now time now, 5-7 minutes. No.
On people, and you have not thinking of your own. How can people support you when you have shown to be a slave to ordinary nomadic people who don't know what is civilization? But today, we have changed the narrative. Now they understand we are not slave to nomadic.
Now they have understand that we are not slave to nomadic Nigeria. Those people that has money. Mwike said the other day, how can an Igbo man have all this property in Abuja? Can that man bring his money to support the Biafran liberation? A king of Igbo land in Lagos is inside the prison today. Would he bring his money to support his own freedom? A lot of people, Igbo people have people that they produce car. Igbo people have a lot of people that produce cement. Igbo people that has a lot of people that has a lot of industries. And this message is for you. They say, now you have known that we are not serving.
Have not thinking of your own. How can people support you when you have shown to be a slave to ordinary nomadic people who don't know what is civilization? But today, we have changed the narrative. Now they understand we are not slave to nomadic.
Yes.
Now they understand there must be a need to support the liberation and the freedom of Biafra. Now they understand that people of integrity have risen up to show that Biafra has people of integrity and standard. He began series of diplomatic initiatives to build support for Jewish state, appealing unsuccessfully to German emperor. He appealed to German emperor, was not successful. And Ottoman Sultan, he appealed to all these people, was unsuccessful. At the 6th Zionist Congress in 1903, they have had the first one, the second one, the third one, and the 6th one in 1903. Hazel presented the Uganda scheme. He even went as far as trying to build the state of Jewish state in Uganda of today. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that Israel had a vision to establish a state in Uganda? Present day Uganda. That is people, I don't know how many of you, and of course, the gullible ones who are looking at what we're doing today are stupid and whatever. I don't know how many of them are aware of this, that Israel wanted to establish a state in Uganda, present Uganda. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that Israel had a vision to establish a state in Uganda? Present day Uganda. That is people, I don't know how many of you, and of course, the gullible ones who are looking at what we're doing today are stupid and whatever. I don't know how many of them are aware of this, that Israel wanted to establish a state in Uganda, present Uganda. Championed by Hazel. This was endorsed by Colonial Secretary Joseph Chamberlain on behalf of the British government.
Remember, before coming here to do this analysis, Amy Sammy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your lovely flower is very, very good. But the one thing now is that I'm going out of this place in 3 minutes. But we will continue this gospel. I wish I can serve. I will just have all my 24 hours to preach the Biafran gospel. I wish this gospel. If I go deep inside this thing, I will not finish it. This message, I will not finish it today. But because of our time, what PM is telling you in this place, I owe you loan. That is what PM is telling you. Because I want to make business or you buy me lose. Come and invest. If you bring 100 million, Biafra government will pay you 200 million. If you bring 1,000, Biafra government will give you 2,000. Now you see that the people in charge of this movement today are not nomadic. That is what the basic of our message this evening. Biafrans, please, just because of time, that's why I will say good night for now. You understand? Ọkụkọ lakpuru ụra abụrụ na afọ juru ya kama na ọ na chi jiri. 555 vision is not among those who say I have said the one that is in my mouth. No, we will stop program only because of our time. And before we are forming 555 vision, we had a song that says, so if you are copying what we are doing, we will be bringing new ideology, fighting Biafra, the restoration of Biafra with a multiple dimension, multiple lane. What do we need from you? Biafran Liberation Army need your money. That is simple. They need your money. They are in charge. This 1 month lockdown that is coming, you see that the Biafran land is empty. No Mandik is out. The people that is defending Biafra today are highly intellectual people, intellectuals. And let us play this part. Let us play this part before we will call it. Maybe tomorrow we will analyze this place again, no? Because this what PM said in this place is too many.
At the 6th Zionist Congress in 1903, they have had the first one, the second one, the third one, and the 6th one in 1903. Hazel presented the Uganda scheme. He even went as far as trying to build the state of Jewish state in Uganda, who don't know what is civilization. But today, we have changed the narrative. Now they understand we are not slaves.
Changing the narrative of yesterday. Now they have understand that if they come, anybody that has money in Biafran land, if you are waiting for restructuring or regional government, the time is over. The people piloting this affair today is intellectuals, and that is the message we have come to deliver to Biafrans.
Now they understand there must be a need to support the liberation and the freedom of Biafra. Now they understand that people of integrity have risen up to show that Biafra has people of integrity and standard. He began series of
Biafra people has people of integrity and of standard. So, Biafrans, it is it is a long time, Bible. When you begin to preach Bible, John preaching his own, Peter preaching his own, Bartholomew has his own Bible, 247 has his own Bible, Ajere, Abarawa. Everybody preach one gospel, going the same direction. Are you understanding? And here we call on you, support what is going on, because Nigeria has been destroyed. Nigeria has been destroyed. The media team is sending this message. But why we have to stop now is, if media team has never lied to you or deceived you, Biafra Liberation Army will never disappoint the motherland. They will never disappoint the gods of the land. They will come and they defend the Biafran land, whether you like it or you don't like it. But what are we telling you? Come, bring your money, register that you are one of those that when Biafra is restored, automatically it will be restored. We have over 50 million and counting vote. The people of Ebony State today, they made mighty progress in their own voting. They made mighty progress in their own voting. Let me see if we can show you Ebony State election today. Ebony State election today. You will see how it's going. This is Ebony State election. And you were asked, how can How can you do it? PM knows what he is doing with the vote. We are voting. We want to bring it to the screen to bring it to the screen so that people will know we are keeping all record, all record, all record. Look at it here.
You can watch them online. This is coming up from Ebonyi State. This is the Ebonyi State in Biafra land. You can watch our people. You can watch them. This is one of the units in Eza conducting their own self-referendum for the exit of Nigeria. You can watch them. You can watch them from their back. That is to tell you that Biafra are ready to go. This is our people. You can watch them. They came out in mass to cast their vote. You can watch them. This is our people. You can see the marvelous crowd. The crowd is also intimidated.
Vivian Keys, this is the number.
You can see them with their voter's card on their hand so that their vote will be counted. And that is why they came out today to cast their vote. And this is...
So, Biafrans, in Nigeria, they didn't tell people on how to, the importance of vote. But here, we are letting Biafrans to know the importance of vote. This is what we are talking about. And the people that knows how to handle it are handling it. So Biafrans, we love you. We say good night because of our time. Share this message, advise other people to subscribe to our